everyone. How are you today? Great, I hope. I am doing good. Thought I'd come on. I have a little bit of extra time, and I thought I'd come on and test some pencils that we haven't tested yet. My new Marco Raffines that I got last week. I figured this would be a good day to test them. And I want to color in this book, so let me find a page that I want to test these pencils on. I'm thinking it's that page back there, but we shall see. I have come to a conclusion that my Prisma pencils are probably never going to be put away because I just keep using them. They're my go-to pencil. I use them for everything. So, let's see. I'm thinking that that's one. We don't want to sit here and go through the whole book. I'm pretty pictures like right here somewhere. I got something in my other hand. That's why I'm only using one hand. So, it is an overcast day today. All the leaves are falling on the ground. All my trees are becoming like icky. And not icky, they're just, turning fall, which means all the leaves are going to disappear. Hi, Miss Lori. How are you? I figured we'd do some pencil testing today. And I want to do it in Autumn Harvest. And check out these pencils. I want to see how they feel. Okay, so let's try these three first. Got my blender. Got my eraser. Aw. I bet. I'm sorry, honey. Try to rest and relax and just watch. You don't have to do anything. You just have to watch. You don't even have to watch. You can just listen. Fall asleep and I don't know if I don't think I can do another one of your lives. I don't know. I'm okay. I just don't know if I can stay up that long. I just had some time to kill. Figured I'd come on and give you guys a little bit of extra time because I wanted to color. So Okay, so blending ability on this paper. Could be on all paper for all I know, but the blending ability, it's not a-okay so far. Hi Taylor, how are you? I am coloring in Autumn Harvest, just checking out some pencils that I purchased last week. And so far, I don't know if I like them. Well, I know I'm not sure I like them at all, but I'm thinking I don't like them on this paper. I didn't sharpen it either, so that could be part of the problem. Okay, yeah, this paper just kind of is not the right paper for these pencils. They don't blend very well at all. Okay, that's what I kind of wanted to know. Let's put these away and grab a different set of pencils. Oh, I could. All right, let me see. The Small Victories has good paper. Well, I want to try that one. Let's see. Let's try that on a flower. Okay, so far the pigment looks a little brighter on this paper than it did on the other paper. You can still feel they're super waxy feeling. Which, that's not a problem. I mean, they should still blend. You just might have to work at it a little bit more. Geez, I hate to say this because they weren't cheap, but I was thinking that it's not going to be a pencil that I like. I'm so used to Prismas, though, it's kind of hard to. It's actually making my thumb hurt. But that's all right. We can work past that. All right, the pigment's not very, it doesn't have like very bright pigment. They're really light. So, right there, that tells me there's an issue because I like my pencils to be very pigmented. Is that a word? Without having to push down so hard that I kill my hand. Okay, so that's pushing down really hard to get, that orange to come out like that. So yeah, this is probably not a pencil that I'm going to be grabbing at. That's exactly why I tried yellow and orange. They're blendable, but look at, that center, I pushed down really hard to get that much pigment out of it. There's 2 to 3 layers on the other one, and you can't hardly see the orange, or the yellow. It just kind of, yeah, I don't like it. Yep. So those are going to be pencils that I either pack or will use with, like she said, Crayolas or on Amazon paper or something, because I need to find a paper that it'll work on, and neither one of those are it. And I don't feel like wasting my time with them. So let's do, I haven't used my Artezas in a while. Let's do some Artezas. I love Artezas. Alrighty. Let's do see my Artezas. Alright, let's do a pumpkin. Hi, Wellness. Yeah, that's what I said. Too much work. Nope. Watch your ears. Okay, let's do this pumpkin. Oh baby, these are like prismas in this book. They just go on really creamy. Look at all that pigment. I love my Arteza pencils. It's what I started with. Well, I started with Castle Arts actually, and then I moved on to Artezas, and then I moved on to Prismas. But yep, I love these things. Again, they just on this paper they go on like butter. And they have a lot of pigment in them. This one's out of my very first set of Artezas. I think it was like a 72 set. That was many moons ago. Many moons. I told her to just lay back and go to sleep and just listen. I ain't singing you a lullaby. Close your eyes, go to sleep. And I won't let Mike beat you with a piece of meat. She's running low on pencils, huh? Well, tell her husband he's either going to be riding with a really cranky woman for the rest of the trip, or he's going to find a place to pull over so she can get some pencils. Look at how bright that pumpkin is. See, even when you blend these Artezas, you can even tell you're blending them because they're already blended by each other. Absolutely adore them. Right? Or a Michaels or something, because at least Michaels sells a bunch of single stock pencils. She might be able to get what she needs. So you guys, my training of my puppy is paying off. He got away from my husband today on the walk, and he ran a little bit. My husband called him and he came right back. Instead of letting his nose take over, oh, he came right back. So yay. We've been working at it. He's been doing really good. Hi, Bamboo Cat. Right? All right, let's do the little one. We're going to do the little one just a little later. Yep, I still love Artezas. Look at how vibrant that is and how it just layered right together. And that's only like one layer. I went out of mind. I think I'm going to grow my nails out, you guys. I fiddled with this hand for a little bit. See, I have a problem with like this nail. It grows like all funky. Like this side will grow just fine, but this side bends down. I must have hurt the nail bed in this finger at some point. And then I've got one more that does it. I don't remember which one it is. I think it's these because I broke this. I shattered these fingers. So I try not to let them get too long because eventually they grow up pretty funky. And my older daughter says, "Mom, it just looks gross." It's like, okay. I don't think it does, but she does. She don't like the way my nails grow. I will give you, it makes it difficult to make them look decent. So I've just been keeping them short because, didn't really want to mess with them. But I really like long nails, so. And I'm not paying to have somebody put on nails when I can grow my own. So I will get them all grown the way I want them, and then I will paint them. Yep. Okay, so I'm thinking I'm gonna go with, that's what I thought. Nope. It's a blue. Nope, that's not dark enough. Alright, where's my dark one? As dark as I get, I guess so. Alright, we'll just make a couple swipes over it and call it good. And let's do, nope, that's too blue. That's too blue. I know what I want. I'm trying to find it because my pencils are not where they're supposed to be. Ow. Alright, we're just going to use black. Oh, thank you. Right? Well, my daughter is because, I told her back years ago, and it kind of backfired right into my face. She was a people too, and not to let people talk to her badly. Tell mom or tell them that they're talking bad and they shouldn't do that. Yeah. Did that backfire? She woke up the next day mouthy as ever, and she's still mouthy as ever. I kind of wouldn't have it any other way, though. Although sometimes it scares me because she'll be mouthy with anybody. She don't care. If it pisses her off, she's just gonna say what she feels. Her husband gets a little agitated at it sometimes, but he knew what it was about before he married it. So. What I always tell my husband when he rides me about something, hey, you knew about it when you married me and you still married me, so shut the hell up. Not much you can say about it. My husband is not a smoker. I am. And it just sometimes drives him crazy. And he'll get on the kick of, you need to quit, you need to quit. It's like, no, you need to quit. I don't smoke. You need to quit talking about it. Like, what the hell? Barry, yep. Mine's the same way. Mine would do anything for you. She'd give you the clothes off her back. But opinionated is not the word for it. Man, oh man, oh man. Yep. And I don't know about yours, but mine likes to take control. If there's some kind of tragedy in the family or, some kind of party or something, yeah, she's right there to step right in. She wants to run it the way she wants to run it. She's a serious, serious control freak. And I'm kind of not sure where she gets that from. Nope, I have no idea.
whatsoever. Yep, you raise them to be strong and independent, and you get it like 10 times over.
Ozzy, what are you doing?
Hey, don't be laying up against that, honey. If it falls on you, it's gonna hurt. Come here, Oz. Ozzy, come here.
Come. Come on. I woke him up, you guys. Come on. All right, lay down right here. Lay down right here. Sit. Sit. Lay down. Lay down. Good boy. Good boy.
I know. I just didn't want you to lay next, pushing up against that bookshelf, honey. It falls on you and it'll hurt. And now she's raising a daughter. And she tells me the other day, she said, "Thanks a lot, Mom." I'm like, what did I do now? You kind of always say that, and, because you just never know. She said, "You told me way back when, I hope you have a daughter 10 times worse than me." Well, and she was. And I said, "I sure did." I said, "But, I was kind of angry at you at that point, but I said, why? What's going on?" She says, "She is driving me insane." I said, "Yeah. Welcome to my world." My mom said it to me. I said it to you. Payback. I wasn't going to use the blender pencil in this color, but if I use the white, it's going to make it lighter than what I wanted. And if I use the lighter purple, it's also going to make it lighter than what I wanted. Blender pencil it is. Now you guys are probably going to see it first, because I am actually going to use the black pencil. I normally don't, but I don't mind Arteza black. It's actually black. And if not, they give you enough blacks in there to make it as black as you want it. I think you got black gray and medium black gray, or I don't know, all kinds of different blacks. Charcoal. What are y'all having for dinner tonight? I'm having homemade chili. It just seemed like a really good day to have homemade chili. It's kind of cloudy and dreary looking outside, and I figured it would be a good day. It's okay, Oz. He's just sitting there, not doing anything. I got a tractor kind of sitting at the corner longer than normal. He's probably texting on his phone or something. Hey, boss, what field did you say you wanted me to do? Where am I supposed to be going? They have these really tall tractors, and they're actually like kind of like they got like four wheels on them, but they're really super tall, and the wheels are like really far apart. You know what I mean? Um, we had a 2004 Chevy Cavalier, brand new, right off the lot, back in the day, and those cars are kind of small. It was a great car, it lasted forever, but I always told my husband, I said, I so want to drive right on through underneath that. My car probably would have fit, but yeah, no, I wasn't. No, he told me if I did, he'd divorce me. I'm like, come on, you're taking all the fun out of everything. He's like, Kim, I swear to God. Like, you chicken shit. I swear my car would have fit. Hi, Ivy. How are you today? All right. All right, all right, all right. Oh, yeah, we'll do that. That's fine. There we go. here. All right, now we will do these really need to be sharpened, but I left my manual sharpener out in the living room, and these will not fit in my F-mat. So we will use them as they are. Thank you. I like doing pumpkins. I think my favorite colors to blend, though, are the yellows and oranges. They look so pretty when you do. You know, I like blending everything else, but all the different oranges and the yellows, it's like, yep. One of my favorite blends. Okie dokie. Let's see. Let's do. Nope. Not the color I want. That might work. Maybe. Nope. That might work better. Nope. Too much red. Too much red. Hold on, you guys. I'm just trying to find a color I'm looking for. I'm thinking I can make it work with those three. All right. Pulled pork sandwiches, chili, Chinese. Salisbury steak sounds good. No, I don't think the Halloween Hannah Carlson book is out in the US yet, Bamboo. I think it's only in the UK. Okay, so let's. And we're having homemade chili. It's a good day for it because it's nasty out. Y'all might be getting a couple streams from me this weekend. I'm pretty sure, unless my son has canceled. And the only reason he would do that is because he has to work. So I'm thinking him and my husband are canning on tomorrow. My son wants to learn how, and he wants to learn how to can the Mexican salsa. And sorry, you should have learned when I was willing to teach it because I don't do it no more. So gotta get Dad's version. And that's okay because, my husband's a good cook. He learned how to can from me, so. He still likes doing it because, he never had a chance to do it. He was always working. But I've had chances. And I don't want to do it no more. I'm good. This Bahama Mama is over it. And when I mean over it, I mean over it. I am not standing in the kitchen for 6 and 7 and 8 hours just to can. Not no more. Nope. I did it when the kids were small and we needed to save money and, things like that. But it's just me and him now. And I can afford to buy $1.50 can of spaghetti sauce or $1.79 bag of vegetables. I don't get it. I mean, yes, I know it doesn't taste the same, but it's still not worth it. At least not to me, it isn't. I mean, this year is going to be pretty decent. You know, we got the potatoes and the vegetables, and, you know, he gets a deer, and yeah, that's going to take a huge chunk off my grocery bill. Huge. But, you know, it's not like we don't pay for it because we put in the work to make sure it's all put up. It's not easy. It takes hours and hours and hours to process a deer. And hours and hours. And he learned years ago to save money to process it himself. And I'll tell you what, he's gotten better through the years, and now I wouldn't have anybody else do it. It's like, nope, he does so good. I'm one of those people that, you know, I don't like anything that's not supposed to be in my food. That's, you know, I don't care for like bones and stuff like that. No. So yeah, he just keeps it nice and clean. Am I still here? Did somebody else come on? people across the road. Their dog must be in the road because I just heard a vehicle beep. Okay, I was just curious. Everybody kind of got really quiet. Say, well, doggone it. The host got quiet. Why can't we, right? Right. I get it. You get these hosts that just, don't talk and oh, that line went a little crazy. So yeah, as far as I know, that book isn't supposed to be here in the United States till next year. But that's just what I heard. I don't know how true that is. Kind of one of those things where, you shouldn't say anything until you know for sure. But, I am who I am, so that should tell you something. What you doing, baby? Aw, what's wrong with Mama's boy, huh? Oz, come here. Oh, okay. You gonna lay down? Okay. He come over here and put his little face on my leg, and then he went over and laid down. He's such a sweet dog. I love this dog. You're licking your lips an awful lot. Did you get into something? Or is your tummy not feeling good? Is that why you come put your head on my lap? Did you do something you wasn't supposed to be doing? I bet you did. It's alright, because when I go out there, I'll see it. Did you get into something you wasn't supposed to, or did you finish your bowl of food? By the way he put his head on my lap, I'd say he did something he wasn't supposed to be doing. Because that was a definite oh moment. I have a Lab and German short hair. No. I must be thinking about my other dog. My dog that passed away about 6 years ago was Lab and German Shorthair. This one is Lab and Chesapeake Bay. This one is a lot more rambunctious than my last Lab. This one's more territorial than my last Lab was. He is very more so attached than my other Lab. And I hate to say that because my other Lab was like really attached to me and my husband. But this one, he's just gotten to where he hates us to leave the house at all. And I get it. The routine, we don't leave the house much. I understand that. But, there are things I got to do and I can't take him with me all the time. So I am working on it and he's getting better. But it's going to take time. But he is a sweetheart. He's 2 years old. He's still a pup. In my eyes, anyways. I know in doggy years he's not, but he still is to me. And he still acts like a pup. This dog's got more energy than any doggy I've ever seen. They're very active dogs. Extremely active. Very stubborn. They want what they want when they want it, and you're going to pay hell saying no. But they're extremely smart dogs. They're like labs. They're very smart. He's got, you can see the Chesapeake in him. So he's got this this habit, not habit, but well, I guess you'd call it a habit. I don't know. When I'm giving him his treat for doing what he's supposed to be doing, we have our training time. So when he gets his treat for his training time, he will like put it down on the floor and then he'll look at me and he's waiting for me to say, "Give me that bone." So as soon as I say, "Give me that bone," he starts barking, like just barking. So I'll do it like several times and he starts getting like where he's growling, he's like, he's really getting into it. He sounds like he's gonna rip your head. So I always go over, when he starts getting real like, I always go over and take it from him because I don't want him to learn food aggression. So I always let him know who's boss, but it's so hilarious to watch. Yep. He gets to play boss for a minute. Oh, that's cool. Absolutely. You got to work the dog. That's what they're born to do that. It's in their nature. And he's a working dog. He's a bird dog. He was bred to be a bird dog. He just got unlucky and got with us, and we don't bird hunt. But I'm glad we got him because I don't think the people that had him was taking care of him, but we got him when he was 4 months. And everything she told me that, he's potty trained, he's crate trained, he's this, he's that, he wasn't none of it. Absolutely none. Scared to death of crates. And what do? I take her word, it's her dog, and I go out and get a crate. And, I put him in it, and yeah, he freaked the hell right out. Like completely. So yeah, he still got his crate, and we put his bed in there, and we leave the door open, and every now and then I'll throw some treats in there, and or a really good snack that he doesn't normally get, that he's going to get that day, and I'll set it on his bed, and he'll go in there and lay down and eat it. I'm trying to get him used to it again, but it's not going to be easy. Hi, Miss Wilma. I say Wilma. It's Wilcox. I don't know why, I just think Wilma sounds better. Wilma. Kind of like Elvin. When my daughter was younger, she looked just like Betty Boop. I swear she looked just like Betty Boop. And so her nickname for me was Betty. She looked just like Betty Boop. So she started playing softball, and she absolutely loved it. Well, it wasn't no big deal. She knew who, when I said Betty, she knew what I was talking about. But her friends didn't. So the older she got, the more she wouldn't like it. But I'd always yell every time she'd get a run or something. I'd yell, "Go Betty!" or "Yay Betty!" And everybody's going, "Who the hell is Betty?" None of your business who Betty is. Used to drive her nuts. I like Wilma too. But yeah, she just, I don't think she liked me a whole lot when she was growing up. Because yeah, I would do stuff like that. It was nothing. And the more my kids ask me not to do something, the more I did it. My son was in like 2nd grade or something, and they had I had something going. I had to pick him up early. I think he had a doctor's appointment or something. And it was like 180 outside. Of course I'm exaggerating, but it was flipping hot. And I wore a pair of shorts, not like disgusting shorts, just a pair of shorts, and a really nice like dress tank top, but it was it had no like um no straps or nothing. It was just like just a tank top. Um but it was a lot smaller back then too. So he comes home from school the next day and he says, "Mommy," I'm like, "What?" He says, "I have to ask you something." I'm like, "What do you want, honey?" He's like, "Can you not wear that outfit like you wore yesterday to school anymore?" I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Everybody kept saying how pretty you was, and I don't want them to say that." I'm like, no, Mom, you can't tell Mama what to wear, but thank you for, they can say I'm pretty if they want to." So he really kind of threw a fit. He didn't want me to wear that to school. So I went in to teacher conferences with a pair of overalls, a flannel shirt, my hair in pigtails, my couple teeth blacked out. Yeah, I made it look really bad. Yeah, that was the last time he ever told me what to do. It's like, don't do it. I mean, I know I probably shouldn't have done that, but they never did it again. I know I'm terrible, Mom. I just kind of found it a little funny that his age, they'd be, saying that kind of stuff. I got a feeling it was more so a teacher or a lunchroom teacher or something going, "Did you see how Mrs. So and so came in and was dressed yesterday?" It's like, please. That's right. I didn't feel real bad about it. So. Teacher got a kick out of it. All right, I'm not quite sure right off a hand what one of these are supposed to look like. I think it's a cornucopia, is what it's called. So just doing it from like remembering, kind of, sort of. I'm thinking that's pretty close. Yes, and I did one on the new Draglings Jasmine Beckett Griffith yesterday. It's after the diamond painting. So if you don't want to watch the diamond painting, you zip right through that and pull up the flip through of Jasmine Beckett Griffith. There's a little rabbit outside, and it's probably 20 feet or better from where my window's at, but it must hear me or see me moving or something, because it's like froze in the spot where it came out from underneath the pine tree. Oz, you gotta go outside. Ozzy, do you have to go outside? No, you gotta come. Come here. Ozzy, come. Well, it was working. Can you sit? Can you speak and tell me you need to go out? Can you speak? Can you speak? Ozzy, speak. Speak. No, speak. No, I don't want you to cry. I want you to speak. No, I want you to speak like a big boy. Speak like a big boy. Speak like a big boy. Thank you. Gotta go outside. All right, guys, let me let him out. He's so cool. All right, come on. Oh, you guys, my chili smells so good. Got the house smelling just like chili. Yeah, sorry, I know that probably blows your guys' eardrums out, but it's so cool. I want him to, when he's got to go out, I want him to start, barking or telling us, Instead, he just comes over and, like, puts his paw up on our chair or whatever we're sitting and throws his head backwards, like, come on. It's like, no, I want you to bark. I want you to say, I gotta go out. Doggone it. Tell me you gotta go outside. So if he's having a rough night and he's got to go outside, he'll come up to the bed and he'll put his paw up there and he'll just. And all of a sudden you'll feel this like you're being watched or stared at or something out of a sound sleep. It's like really creepy. It really is. And you'll look and he'll be laying there watching you. Like, damn it. You just please bark or something. Do something. Because your behind is creeping me out. He has startled us several times in the middle of the night. That he's like all black. So you can't see anything. Nothing on him. When it's dark here, it's dark. And yeah, there's. Mm-mm. You wouldn't know if he was standing behind you. When he was younger, it used to scare me because I used to think I was going to trip over him if I got up or something. I couldn't see him. That bunny is still sitting in the same spot. It's like, you silly bunny, go eat. I'm not going to bother you. Doggy's hooked up. He's not going to bother you. I'm actually surprised. The bunnies did actually pretty good this year. They didn't tear up a whole lot of their garden. Last year they were terrible. Ugh, couldn't keep them out of it. It was extremely frustrating. They have completely killed all my strawberry bushes. So I'm going to have to replant those and start all over again. Which is so annoying. You know, you get them right where you want them and they're coming out really nice. And gotta start all over. But those I will replant because I do like fresh strawberries. It's nice if you want to go out there and just pick a couple strawberries and have strawberry pancakes or something. Or have some strawberries on ice cream. Or and fruit is extremely expensive here. It's just a little rabbit. It's scared. Just a little thing. Look at that pear. That there's a nice pear. Look at them nice pears. No, we just went. We just went the old-fashioned way, and we got a scarecrow. It's kind of funny looking. It's got those tin pie pins on it, so when the wind blows, it just makes all kinds of noise and moves. And it's all old-fashioned room here. We did buy some rabbit fencing. It wasn't electrical though, for my strawberries, but they found a way around it or underneath it or through it or something because it didn't work. But I also know the deer were coming in too, so it could have been, half of one and 3 dozen of the other. So last year was really bad. It's calmed way down now because of the dog. They're not sure if he can get loose or, what's happening with him. So they stay pretty much at bay now. And he ain't nowhere near the garden, but he sure does bark and jump and squeal at them. Like, my oh my, you make a fuss. Let's do. Yes, they are. I don't mind having them. I mean, it's kind of cool, but it's not because they do, make a mess. But they're pretty to watch. But again, they were here a lot longer than we have been, so I'm intruding in their neighborhood. They're not intruding in mine. So I really tried not to mess up too much of the wildlife. I mean, I don't want them like, tearing up my stuff or coming up to my house or nothing, but all right, let's see if I can get this to work. Okay. Oh, I think I did it. I think I did it. You guys.
Did I do it? I did it, didn't I? Oh, does that look cool?
Hold on, let me blend this darker in just a little bit more. I can see the line. Okay. All right, let's see. Yes, I get it. That looks cool. Very cool. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Lori, you started this Teresa Goodrich thing, and I'm telling you, thank you so much because I've been having such a good time coloring in her books again. And I really need to like start coloring in other books. But yes. Yes, 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 yes. Alright, I gotta stop dinking with her there. It's not gonna stay looking as nice as it is. Oh, rabbit's facing the other way now. Cool. It's good though. It's good for you. It keeps you nice and calm. It keeps you relaxed. You're not worried about, everything and anything. As long as, Mike remembers to feed you. Man, I'm kind of digging this color in these apples and pears. Nope. He's almost back in. Underneath they live underneath this big old pine. This pine's probably um probably 3.5, like how tall my house is, like the width of my house, like 3 times, maybe 3.5 times tall. So if you stacked like 3 more houses, well, 2 more houses on my house, and then maybe, well, you might have to go 4 to reach the top of it. Um, it's like super, super tall. Super, super, super tall. So I'm pretty sure my granddaughter's homecoming is tonight. So she's got a crush on one of the boys at school. So I wonder if he asked her to the homecoming. I really kind of hope so. Because I think if he goes with somebody else, it's going to crush her little heart. But we shall see. I told her, I said, ask him. Oh no, Grandma. Why not? No, no, I can't do that. No. I'm like, oh, geez. Definitely are not your mother's child. She would have. I would have. kids nowadays. It almost seems like it's getting back to the olden days where, heaven forbid, if the girl asked the boy out. See, I would in high school, but it didn't bother me. Yeah. I had this girlfriend that was a lot older than me when I was in my senior year of high school. I mean, a lot older than me. She had her own apartment and she had a kid. But she was like friggin' awesome to hang out with. And her and I found this bar that I could go into because the guy that I was dating also was older than me. So they knew who I was. So I could go in this bar on the weekends and they'd never say anything. I wasn't drinking or anything. I just was there to dance or whatever. So we would go on nights that, I knew my boyfriend wasn't doing anything. And yeah, there was a couple guys in there that I picked up that, probably shouldn't have, but I did. Just because they were, oof. I know, doesn't that sound so bad of me? But hey, they can do it and they're studs. Well, we do it. We're hoe bags. I didn't care. I was having fun. This was way before I knew my husband, you guys. Well, not way before, but before. Hey, Miss Views of View. Oh my goodness, I didn't see you come in. I'm so sorry. I'm sitting over here talking about being a hoe bag. And I didn't even notice you. See, you're hanging out with a hoe bag. Well, that ain't your coloring channel either. There you go. How are you doing today? You know lots of hoes? That's good. I was a young hoe bag. I'm too old to be a hoe bag now. My hoe bagging days are over. They've been over for at least 41 years. And I say 41 because I have to give time in there for us to like date and court each other and then, then get married. So we're going to go with 41 years. I know it's probably not that long, but because we met in March and we were married in August, same year. I know it's a quick one, but when you know, you know. All I can say is when you know, you know. I firmly believe in that type of thing because every time I see people that have courted like a long period of time, they go and get married and then 3 or 4 years later they're divorced. Everybody I know that's had a quick courtship is still together, so kind of weird. Hi Peggy, how are you? Y'all see my tricolored corn? Well, actually, it is not tricolored, but close enough. My pumpkins, my apples, my pears, my funky leaf, my hat. Man, I really need bigger ones of those pencils because I need a sharper end. What number is that? I have no idea. Close enough. And this is shelf 30. Two. Hold on, guys, I'm looking at pencils. Oh, come on, you can't tell me I don't have that. I know I have another one. I have the backup set, but I don't want to get up. Humbug. I think this is that green. The other one. All right. That'll work. We'll just change them up a little. I'm going to have to dig out my spares. Dig out some spares. Watch your ears. There we go. Oh, it's good again. No wonder it's not charging real, or sharpening real good. I need to charge it. Usually I stick it in there and zoop. They are sharp. But it's blinking, so I need to charge it. I would have noticed when I first came in here, it'd already be charged. But it's funny, it's sitting right here in front of me and I didn't even notice. So yesterday, I was supposed to call Miss Ange and things got crazy around here. And then I had an errand I had to run. So I never did get a chance to talk to her. So today I called her. And then, husband's in the background talking and blah, 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 blah. So, she had things going and she said, I'll call you back. I said, okay. So she goes to call me back and, husband's still blah, 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 blah. So I said, I'll call you back when he goes hunting. And what do? I jump on here. So now I got to get off of here and call her here pretty soon before she kicks my ass. Thought you were going to call me. So, and if you see this before I call you, sorry, babe, I'll call you. Yep, she's going to say, uh-huh. My Ange. The one that calls me sis all the time on here, Angela Porsche. I call her my Ange. Let's do a... I don't want to do everything brown and orange because it just gets so boring. All right, let's do... Let's do grapes. This page was only supposed to be to test those pencils, but I just kind of kept going. So now I have another whip. Whip, whip. That's right. What's one more? At least I'm coloring in the books, right? So I have a question for y'all. They say grapes are like grape juice is really good for you. But are they talking about the grape juice, or does it matter if it's white grape juice, or does it have to be the grape juice? Doesn't matter what kind of grape juice. All natural, I'm sure, but does it have to be the purple stuff, or can it be the white stuff? I mean, I like both, so it doesn't really matter, but I'm just kind of curious. Kind of one of those questions like, how far can a flea jump? And if I can remember correctly, it can jump 3 times its body size. That's okay, hun. You know, life happens. Just kind of, it's what it is. You know, there's always replay. But the question I asked was, does it have to be, if grape juice is really good for you, But does it have to be the purple grape juice, or can it be the white grape juice, or doesn't it matter? Like I said, I like both, so it doesn't matter to me. I think we went through this before. Well, I heard, like, not the green grapes, but I heard it's the darker, like the grapes. Like grape juice. Is what I hear. Like they say, you should drink a glass a day of grape juice because it's like super, super good for you. Is what I hear. And I was there for a while. I was drinking like a bottle of that like Ocean Spray natural, all natural grape juice, the smaller bottles. But you know, I find something I like and they kind of discontinue it, or I can't find it. So then I started drinking the Tropicana. The price went ungodly on those. So it's like, so I can buy the cans or the big containers of it, but I don't drink enough of it before it goes bad. So I like the little bottles. I can just suck one of those down a day and be good. Bye, Bamboo Cat. Have a good one. Thanks for coming in. See you on Sunday. Probably tomorrow too, but Sunday definitely. It's getting to be that season, so I'll probably be on a lot more because the weather's starting to get a little colder, which means hubby will be out in the field trying to put meat in the freezer. So therefore, I'll be home all by myself. I don't think I like, well, I know I don't like beet juice. I don't like beets. And I sure ain't drinking no, like, prune juice. So, yeah, no. Grape juice is supposed to be super good for you. And plus it's an antioxidant. this green combo. And it is getting dark. And you are moving. And I'm going to have to get off of here because, oh man, I'll be home here pretty quick. And we're going to sit down to dinner. You know, no, and that's what I like. That's what I like. I wouldn't even mind all the cleanup, you guys. I really wouldn't. And I'm seriously thinking about doing one of those coloring weekend things where you have, a bunch of coloring friends over and you make it a weekend. I'm really thinking of pulling that off come summer because I have a ton of room and y'all can bring tents, trailers, whatever you want to bring and just hang out and we can color, we can have bonfires, we can do whatever. But I'm seriously thinking about trying to pull one of those off. But I got to do it kind of quietly because I don't want like a whole bunch of people to know where I live. You know what I mean? I only want a certain bunch. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking about doing come summer. I have water that you can hook up to. Yep. Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. Nope. This is just going to be a get together of a bunch of ladies or just a bunch of ladies that just want to get together and hang out and have a quiet weekend or week, whatever. Whatever we decide to do. If it's longer than a weekend, yeah, y'all are going to chip in with some food and stuff, but if it's just like a weekend or whatever, no, I'm not going to do all that. I'm not going to have people pay. They got to pay to get here. I'm not going to have them pay me to be here. That's kind of silly. Nope. But if they don't have a tent or a camper, yeah, they're going to have to at least have a rent a car or something that they can get from the hotel to here because I don't have the room to put people up. But yep, that's what I'm thinking I'd like to do. So that's a thing in my head that I'm thinking about. And as it gets closer to the springtime, I'll start looking more into it and start talking to everybody about it, because I'm sure people got a plan. And I don't want to just spring it on everybody going, hey, this weekend. No. If I do it, it'll be like sometime in July or August, because that's when it's like excellent weather here. So, yep, that's what I'm thinking. I've got those long white tables that I can set up, and we can just, color all day long. If we don't want to color outside in the sun, I can set things up in my basement. Or we can, color in one of those, I got like a gazebo tent type thing. It's got the screen sides. I can set that up. You can get people out of the sun. We got tons of trees. Doesn't it? Barbecue, yep. Oh, barbecue. It says be right back. Oh, okay. Well, I do not. If you text me on Instagram, we can talk about it. It's like too red. So since we got too much red in there, I'll just put some red in here and make it look a little better. There we go, that looks better. All right, y'all. I think I'm going to call it. Oops. I have been on for 2 hours, 2.5 hours. So I'm going to call it good. And I shall see you guys probably tomorrow. And if anybody comes on later on tonight and I'm awake, I'll either hop in chat or hop on panel, depending on what time it is. I don't think Miss Lori's having a live this week. I don't think I can do 2 weekends in a row. I was so tired the next day. Because I was wide awake. It woke me up to the point where I had a hard time going to sleep. Oh, I will. You too, honey. Get some rest. Okay? It's Ivy 200437. Bye, Lori. Did you get it?